Hello again to the lovely detective. Couldn't get enough of me, huh? Oh, don't deny it, sweetie. Look at me. Fit, rich, dangerous. I'm like catnip to someone like you. Really? So if I pulled down my shirt, you wouldn't. There's my favorite color, blush red. You say the word and we can get out of here. And I promise I can make you do a lot more than blush. Fine, you're right. I did come to give a statement. But I'm not going to pause my passes just because you're recording me. Hey, cutie. One more thing before you start the tape. I've got the best lawyers and even better, butchers. If you use any of this against me, I promise none of the charges will stick and plenty of sharp things will stick in you. Do I make myself clear? Smart and beautiful. You're the whole package, sweetheart. All right, is this thing on? I'm Claire Deanne. I run a group of organized corporations that have been alleged to be a criminal ring. Some people have affectionately labeled me as a mob boss. My company does work across the east side of the river. My main rival, Isaac Stanfield, operates in the west. Now, for our company's sake, we've agreed to stay in our own camps. We keep to our side of the river. One of my closest friends was strolling home one day, and they stumbled upon a crime in progress. They understood that they'd witnessed a drug deal, and they recognized the dealer, a kid that works for Isaac Stanfield. Now, this kid, he's barely 18, so my friend didn't want to ruin his life by turning him in, so he did the smart thing, and he came to me. You know, detective, you can come to me anytime, too. Right, strictly professional. So my buddy comes to me, he tells me what he saw. I've got a couple of contacts with private investigators, so I ring up one of them to dig up some dirt, figure out who sold this kid any sort of weight. Why I know a private investigator is irrelevant, detective, and I don't have to answer that question. I'm not under arrest. I'm simply giving a tip to my local police station, right? As I was saying, I send the investigator to look into it, and he finds that the kid got the weight from Isaac Stanfield. Yeah, turns out in addition to the completely legal business we both compete in, Isaac has been running a side hustle. He's been sending runners to deliver a new cocaine mix to my side of the river. Supposedly, it's really good stuff. Isaac contracted some MIT chick. She's got a master's in chemistry and a couple of minors in, biology. She's cracked some formula that's twice as addictive with nasty withdrawal symptoms. Now, Isaac is flooding low-income communities with the stuff. I happen to open a large number of jobs to those who are underprivileged, and I'd hate to see them get taken advantage of like this. But, I'd love the privilege to take advantage of... You're no fun. Anyway, I know the police department is absolutely overwhelmed these days. Organized crime is through the roof. So, I got the investigator, bless his soul, to do a little more digging. It turns out Isaac, he's sending out a shipment of around 1,000 kilos of this stuff soon. Now that is the question, isn't it? Where and when? Do you have a husband at home, detective? Wife, maybe? Oh, I think it's very relevant. I'm about to give you the tip that'll stop thousands of dollars of illegal drug trade, and you're throwing a fit because I'm asking if you're taken. It's immature and unprofessional. I had to have your badge, officer. Glad you see it my way. Now, are you, or are you not, on the menu? Single. Not by choice, I imagine. I bet you had a smoking little side piece once, didn't you? But they couldn't handle how much the work consumed you. How many nights they spent in an empty bed. Was that it, detective? I wouldn't mind somebody who works long hours. Somebody who doesn't come home every night. We just have to do something special when they were around. Make the time count. When and where? Well, let's think. Tell me, detective, are you free Friday nights? Why, because I want to ask you out, of course. I'm thinking somewhere candlelight, full moon, cheesy bread. You're not allergic to shellfish, are you? Wow, you are a clever one. Yeah, I was thinking of the bistro down by the docks. But I must insist that we go on a full moon. When the light dances across the water, it looks absolutely magical. I'm no werewolf, so maybe I'm wrong, but I think the moon is full next Friday. Maybe we could head out there then. Detective, don't leave just yet. You're missing something. Well, I can't just tell you, silly. Clearly, you're not interested in our days, so I'll have to withhold the last bit of my info, I guess, eh? At least until we order some crab puffs. So, how about I pick you up on Friday at about 9-ish? You can even bring your friends. Although, I don't know if the commissioner will want to send a SWAT team to sit in on a bistro on nothing but my good word. So it's decided then. 9 on Friday. I'll be outside your dingy little apartment in something expensive. Probably red, too. I'm sure it will stand out amongst the slum cars. I expect you to be dressed to the nines, alone, and ready for action. Sound good to you? What kind of action? No, aren't you a curious one? Well, buy me a couple of drinks, and I'm sure we can do any kind of action you want. Well, let me say it another way. If you get me drunk enough, then we might do it in any back alley we can find. So you should probably bring your gun, just in case. You never know when you might need some self-defense. Nah, I won't be elaborating on that any further. You're a detective. Read between the lines. All right, this interview is over. Unless you want to leave together. That'll all be going right now. That's what I thought. I can't wait to see you dolled up for me, though, detective. Oh, and try to get some sleep. I can't have you on my arm with shadows under your eyes. People will talk. All right. Ta-ta, detective. Hey, detective. I'm so glad to see you. And 10 minutes early, no less. Were you that eager to see me? Yes, I'm sure you wait outside in the cold for everyone who offers to take you out on the town. It's strictly business. We'll see about that, detective. Hop in. Buckle your seatbelt, detective. We wouldn't want you breaking any laws now, would we? Perfect. Thank you. I reserved us a lover's table. It's got a clear view of the docks, so it should suit us well. Of course, we will have to keep up the charade of us being lovey-dovey. We wouldn't want anyone figuring out you're a cop, right? There's a ring in the glove box. If you need us to get away, propose. And then I'll push for us to be led up to the roof. Roof access isn't something this bistro offers openly, so it should be private enough for any, let's say, less than legal activities. You look amazing, by the way. Did you do something with your hair? Maybe it's just your outfit then. Bloodstained shoes are so in style these days. Relax, detective. I'm just messing with you. You cleaned up nice. Don't stress it. Here we are. Say, would you be a dear and open my door for me? No, I really must insist, actually. It'll be good for appearances, right? If we both stay in character. What do I mean by that? Why don't you take me in on your arm and you can find out? Sweetie, this place is so romantic. How did you pick it? Take me right in. I want to see everything. Wow, this place it's wonderful. Did you put the reservations under my name? That'd be so charming. Really? Oh, sweetheart, I love you. The candlelight, the full moon. Damn, you really thought of it all, didn't you? It's everything I wanted, babe. Oh, hey, here. Yeah, I'd like a bottle of red, if that could be managed. Something before 56. Thank you. Hey, thanks. You know, tonight has been amazing, sweetie. I don't know how you plan to end this, but I know it'll be magical. Hey, move your chair over here. I want to look out at the pier together. This is all so perfect, sweetheart. Say, will you hold me? It's a little cold tonight, right? And I'd love to be close to you. 2 tables down, one of Stanfield's men, armed. If we want to catch the end of that deal, you're going to have to propose right now, and you'll really need to sell it if you want to avoid both of us getting shot. Honey, why are you pulling away? Wait, are you about to... Yes, I'll marry you. Oh, it makes so much sense. This whole night, it was all teeing up to this. Ugh, sweetie, you're a genius. Garcon, can we head up to the roof, please? I'd love to seal this moment with nothing but my love and an open skyline. I really must insist. Here, take this. That's enough for you to look the other way, isn't it? Great, thank you so much. We can see ourselves up. Come on, sweetie. And scene. Did you like seeing that side of me, detective? I think you did. You seemed plenty eager to propose. Do you secretly want to get married, or are you just hoping to take half my money in the divorce? Detective. So fun, and yet so rigid. Don't worry, I'll break you in yet. Now, I had a rifle smuggled up here for us. You should be able to see everything through the scope. Relax, we don't have to kill anyone. I just prefer to have a gun and not use it than need one and not have it, okay? Detective, you can either keep objecting to my methods, or you can watch the finalizations of a very large drug trade. Your choice. That's what I thought. Now start looking. And don't skip on the details. I want to know what's happening. They're trading papers. Who? Of course you don't know. Here, move over. I'll look. Oh, why those little... I've broken bread with them. Yeah, I recognize them. The kid in the center, he's just one of Stanfield's enforcers, but these other 6 idiots around him, they're all heads of different houses. And 2 of them work for me. No, don't worry about me, detective. Having a few moles would just make chatting that much easier than if I had to approach Stanfield's men. Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to, detective. All you need to know is that I have the means to solve our little problem. The only problem that matters, detective. The one I alluded to back at the precinct. We knew where and when the deal was taking place, but it's not like the coke was getting handed off here. Isaac Stanfield has metric tons of it, which means he's storing it somewhere, and we needed to learn where. Otherwise, he could have just moved the goods whenever we started arresting people, and we'd be no closer to actually stopping the problem. Where we go next is quite simple, detective, and it's up to you. What do I mean by that? Well, tell you what, for my new fiancé, I'll do something I don't normally do very often. I'll be completely honest. I don't need a cop's help on this one. The law is slow, and there's far too many roadblocks to catch Stanfield. However, I did just learn that 2 of my closest allies are rats. If Stanfield got to them, he could get to anyone. Anyone, that is. Except maybe you. The detective with a heart of gold. The detective, who rejected countless bribes, escaped hits more times than we could count, and seems to genuinely like doing the right thing. The one detective who would actually be immune to his offers and my charms. So, here's what I'm proposing. I'll find out where the bricks are being stashed. Chances are the MIT chick works nearby. When I do find out, I'll come to you, but only if you promise not to give this to the commissioner. Way too many cops are on Stanfield's payroll. We can't just give out info like that. I'll come to you, and only you, and we'll bust Stanfield together. Watch each other's backs. You take all the credit for the raid. We can even arrest the chick instead of killing her. And then you walk away, knowing you did the right thing. And that'll be it. No favors, no bribes. I'm not asking you to betray your morals and work for me. I'm asking you to help the community you're a part of. And all you'd have to do is keep this under wraps until we have whatever storehouse the coke is in secure. So what do you say? Are you willing to make a deal with a known criminal if it means saving thousands of lives? Good choice, detective. I'm glad you see it my way. Now, take a deep breath and get back into character. We'll head straight back down, say we had a wonderful time, and then I'll take you home. I'll send someone to handle this rifle, and I'll get in contact once I know where the storehouse is. Sound good? Good. Oh, and remember to smile, detective. You just proposed to the love of your life. You should be happy. Yes, of course. This is all fake. And I am a perfectly respectable entrepreneur. You know, annoyance looks good on you, detective. Now let's head back down. I can't wait to have a chat with some old friends. After you, detective.